Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that your own mind may not fully belong to you. That somewhere, in a hidden government laboratory, strangers are testing the limits of human consciousness, bending memory, manipulating behavior, and searching for a way to control thoughts themselves. This isn't science fiction. This is the chilling story of Project MKUltra, one of the most controversial and disturbing secret programs ever run by the Central Intelligence Agency. Welcome to Nascent Bulletin. The year was 1953. The world was gripped by the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a silent battle of espionage, paranoia, and psychological warfare. Rumors spread that communist powers had discovered methods of brainwashing prisoners of war. American officials feared something terrifying. What if the enemy could control minds? In response to this fear, the CIA launched a top-secret program under the codename MKUltra. Its mission was simple in wording, but horrifying in practice: to explore techniques for mind control, interrogation, and psychological manipulation. The project was overseen by Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, a chemist who believed chemicals could unlock the secrets of the human mind. Under his direction, MKUltra expanded rapidly. At its peak, it included more than 150 subprojects involving universities, hospitals, prisons, and research institutions, many of which had no idea they were working for the CIA. One of the most infamous aspects of MKUltra involved experiments with LSD. At the time, LSD was a relatively new psychedelic drug. Researchers believed it could break down mental defenses and make subjects more suggestible, so they began testing it. But here's where the story turns dark. In many cases, the subjects had no idea they were being given the drug. Some were prisoners, some were psychiatric patients, some were ordinary citizens who simply trusted the wrong institution. They were secretly dosed with LSD and other substances, then observed as their minds unraveled. Imagine sitting in a room, thinking you are part of a normal study. And suddenly the walls begin to melt, your thoughts fragment, panic takes over, and the people around you are not there to help, they are taking notes. The CIA didn't stop at drugs. MKUltra explored hypnosis, sensory deprivation, electroshock therapy, and extreme psychological stress. Some experiments aimed to erase memory. Others tried to implant new ideas. The goal was to see whether a person's identity could be broken down and rebuilt. One notorious case involved a U.S. Army scientist named Frank Olson. In 1953, Olson was secretly given LSD. At a CIA retreat, days later, he fell or jumped from a hotel window in New York City. His death was ruled a suicide, but decades later, evidence suggested he may have been a victim of covert experimentation. His family would spend years searching for answers. As MKUltra expanded, it became a web of secrecy and deception. Funding was hidden through front organizations. Researchers were often unaware of the program's true purpose, and the public knew nothing. For over 20 years, MKUltra operated in the shadows. But secrets rarely stay buried forever. In the 1970s, following the Watergate scandal and growing distrust in government, investigations began into intelligence agencies. The U.S. Senate formed the Church Committee to examine CIA activities. What they uncovered shocked the nation. The CIA admitted that MKUltra had existed. However, much of the documentation had already been destroyed, ordered burned in 1973 by CIA Director Richard Helms. Thousands of files vanished. What remained were fragments. Enough to confirm the program, but not enough to reveal its full extent. The revelations sparked outrage. Americans were horrified to learn that their own government had conducted experiments on unwitting citizens. Lawsuits followed. Apologies were issued. But many questions remained unanswered. How many people were truly affected? How many lives were quietly damaged? And did the research end completely? Or merely change names? Conspiracy theories began to flourish. Some claimed MKUltra created sleeper agents. Others believed it was connected to mysterious figures or unexplained events. While many of these claims lack evidence, the confirmed facts alone are disturbing enough. MKUltra was real. Unwitting experimentation was real. Psychological manipulation research was real. The Cold War created an environment where fear justified almost anything. In the race for dominance, ethical lines blurred. Governments pushed boundaries, believing the stakes were too high to hesitate. But MKUltra raises a deeper question: how far should a nation go in the name of security? Today, intelligence agencies operate under far stricter oversight. Ethical standards in research are stronger. Informed consent is mandatory. Yet the story of MKUltra remains a cautionary tale. A reminder that secrecy without accountability can lead to abuse. It also reminds us of something fundamental about the human mind. Despite all the experiments, despite the drugs and techniques, the CIA never achieved reliable mind control. The dream of fully controlling thoughts proved far more complicated than imagined. Human consciousness is resilient, unpredictable, and not easily mastered. In the end, MKUltra did not create superagents or mind-controlled armies. It left behind controversy, trauma, and a permanent stain on intelligence history. And perhaps that is the most haunting part of this story. Not the science, not the secrecy, but the realization that ordinary people were caught in an invisible experiment, without choice, without knowledge, without consent. As we look back at MKUltra, we are reminded that power, when hidden, can become dangerous. Transparency matters. Oversight matters. Human rights matter. Because the moment we stop asking questions is the moment history risks repeating itself. If you found this story disturbing, eye-opening, or thought-provoking, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Nascent Bulletin for more deep dives into strange experiments, dark projects, and untold historical secrets. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware, and never stop questioning the shadows.